I knew that there was this waste issue in the fashion industry, and I really wanted to do something about that. When I looked at the market as a consumer, you couldn't get something zero waste. Everybody says it's not possible. But if my brand proves that that's possible and that inspires someone else, then it is part of the change that needs to happen, and that's how I want to spend my life. I'm Daniel, and my brand, Zero Waste Daniel, is changing the fashion industry one scrap at a time. I had this problem as a home sewer. I was making my projects and realizing that when you're spending $20, $30, $40, $50 a yard on fabrics, you don't want to throw that extra stuff out. I started realizing that large companies had this problem, and for about 5 years, I tried to figure out how to make a brand that could be zero waste.
I think what separates Zero Waste Daniel from the rest of the fashion industry is an authenticity that can't be reproduced. He is not just talking it, he's walking it.
Normally when you're producing a garment, you buy fabric, you cut out that fabric, you sew it together. For us, we actually make our own fabric by joining all of these pieces together. It's a process that I call re-roll. We re-roll our scraps into new flat sheets of fabric that you can then cut something out of. After years of trial and failure and starting again, Zero Waste Daniel was born. There's a couple of things that are recognizable about the brand. My patchwork specifically is about bringing small, unusual shapes together using clean geometric lines in almost a kaleidoscope fashion, and it creates this style of patchwork that is just signature to our brand. Even the jacket that I'm wearing, this is really geometric. It looks more like quilting. Signature Zero Waste Daniel has a lot of long, straight, clean lines and a lot of acute angles that create kind of a spiral technique. And it's just unusual. It just doesn't look like other people. We're used to that factory style of production where every single thing on the rack looks exactly the same. And what Zero Waste is all about is celebrating what's different. Each scrap is its own shape, but it doesn't mean it's not usable. The number one thing that makes Zero Waste Daniel different is that it doesn't market the idea of being inclusive. It is inclusive. We're the real deal. I really like to take the same piece and shoot it on multiple people so you can see that you could look this way or you could look that way. It's not about how I see you, it's about how you want your clothes to fit. Authenticity isn't something that can be bought, it's something you can feel and smell. How I hope my brand will affect the world by the time my story is told is I'd like to think that the story of this brand and my life can be a turning point for the next generation. There's someone who did it, so that means I could do a little better. I want to be that person for someone else.